St. Barnabas, in addition to 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls. Welcome to the Best of Beaver County, presented by St. Barnabas, a weekly segment dedicated to putting the focus on the amazing things and the amazing people behind them in Beaver County. The Best of Beaver County is sponsored by and content is provided by St. Barnabas. The show airs every Thursday from 11 to 11:30 on WBVP, WMBA, 99.3 FM, and Facebook Live. Now, with no further ado, let's welcome host Mike Romai to introduce today's program.
Well, I'm not Mike Romai, but I'm Frank Sparks, and I'm in on the Best of Beaver County once again for Mike again this week. And this is going to be fun this week because we are going to talk about something that I don't know anybody in this world that does not love, and that is ice cream. So I'm looking forward to this as well this morning. So Jim Sahene is joining us from Bruster's. He's the CEO. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Frank. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you coming in today. So we're going to talk about what's going on at Bruster's. The new location just opened up earlier this week, and I was already there. I actually have some pictures. I can't believe a nice crowd showed up on the opening day as well. In fact, the line was long enough. My daughter was getting rambunctious. She's 7. She says, "Oh no, we got to go through the drive-through." So that's what we did, which is a cool new feature. So tell us a little bit about yourself and Bruster's Ice Cream, Jim.
Yeah, so absolutely. So I started with Bruster's back in 2002. Bruce Reed, our founder, asked me to come on board and be the CEO of the company. So I started then, and it's been amazing, about 23 years since I started. The company has grown a lot. We're now coast to coast. We have stores all the way out in California and a lot in between. Almost 300 stores now, either open and or under development. So it's a great regional brand for sure.
It's amazing to think that, you travel around the United States of America. I've been to North Carolina, and there was a Bruster's there, and I'm like, it's cool to see it while you're out in the out and around, and there's a Bruster's, but yet it's based right in our hometown here in Beaver County.
Yeah, you know what, Frank? It's probably the coolest part of the story. So if you think about it, that one little store that Bruce opened back in 1986, 1989, 36 years ago, Bruce opened it. Never envisioned franchising it. It was just open an ice cream store. And it just took off from that point. And about 4 years later, he decided to franchise it. And here we are today, like I said, over 300 stores. And when you think about, Frank, what that one store has done, so we have hundreds of franchisees across this country who are helping sell the Bruster's brand, right? Who have impacted hundreds of thousands of customers, right, in their communities. They've impacted the communities by, all we do to give back to our communities. And, one of the things we're so proud of at Bruster's is we mentor the young adults that work for us. The typical Bruster's employee is 16 years old, right? Many times their very first job, sometimes they don't even know what end of the broom to hold up, right? Because they've never worked before. Right. And so they come in and our franchisees just mentor and take care of them and teach them life lessons. So, yeah, that one store has impacted hundreds of thousands of lives for sure.
Now, the former location you guys just moved from, which was at the corner of Riverside Drive and Route 51 there, was that where the original Bruster's was at?
That was it. That's the original location.
Okay, so it's still the original way. So what made, obviously it's awesome. I love the new one. But what went into deciding to move over to where the batting cages used to be?
Yeah. So I think it's just the evolution of the brand. 36 years old now, so we felt a couple of years ago it was time to perhaps look at a new store design. So we hired a firm that came in and really worked with us closely to create that particular design. Our thoughts were to put it back at the original location, tear that one down and rebuild. But because we put a drive-through in, the original lot wouldn't work. So what you now have seen, and thank you for coming, by the way, we were glad you went, is this beautiful state-of-the-art new building, right? Drive-through, which we never had here in Bridgewater. Digital menu boards, so it looks beautiful, and that great big patio for all the customers who enjoy the ice cream. And you walk in and it's just as pretty on the inside as it is on the outside. So it's really a beautiful store. It's the second one in the country we built like that, and we're hoping many more will be over the years to come for sure.
So what is the difference for Bruster's? What makes Bruster's as unique as it is?
Yeah, there's several factors I would share with you, Frank. I'm going to start first with the ice cream.
Okay.
We control the process from the cow to the cone, meaning we actually control and part owners in the dairy that manufactures the mix. So that's where it all starts, right? So this incredible proprietary mix we have, and then it's shipped to all of our stores, fresh, normally not frozen, only on the West Coast. And they create the ice cream in their stores each and every day, right? Freshly made, and that's why it tastes so good and so unique. But that's just the beginning. You know, we wouldn't be successful if it was just about the ice cream. But when you combine the ice cream with amazing franchisees who are committed to what they're doing in a beautiful environment, like you saw, right? Served by these young adults who are being mentored by the franchisee in a community where we give back constantly. All those things combined sort of tell the Bruster story. So I never start and stop with the ice cream. That's just the beginning, but it's all the other pieces that make it so special.
And as we talked about earlier, you know, here in Beaver County, we're special because that's the one corporate store you guys do have. Why do you guys keep that location as a corporate store?
Well, it's one, primarily for training, right? It's where all of our new franchisees come to train there. So we're very proud of that. So a lot of franchisees have been through that Bridgewater store over the years for sure. Secondly, it's a great testing ground for us. So as we experiment and test new products and new flavors, we've got a base right here. And third, it keeps us grounded. We've got to do what our franchisees are doing, and we got to do it well and set an example, and that's what we try to do.
It's the Best of Beaver County. Jim Sahene, the CEO of Bruster's Ice Cream, is the Best of Beaver County this week. I'm Frank Sparks in for Mike Romai. And so what goes into making like ice cream? Like I told you, my favorite's the peanut butter and jelly when they do have that. What goes into deciding and testing and making a new flavor of ice cream?
Yes, that's a great question. So a lot of work goes into it. So we get ideas, a lot of great ideas from our franchisees out in the field. We do a lot of industry research, so we know current trends. Like the most recent one we introduced was Dubai chocolate, right? Dubai chocolate's hot right now.
Yes,
so
it is.
We were able to create a Dubai chocolate flavor. So it's trends, it's research, it's our franchisees giving us ideas, our corporate employees giving us ideas, and then we test those right here in Beaver County. One of our franchisees helps with that. And if we think it passes the grade, we then test it at a few more stores before we go system-wide with it.
That's pretty cool. So
Yeah,
what's
fun.
we got to ask you, what's your favorite flavor?
Graham Central Station.
Really?
Yeah, Graham ice cream with
Okay.
chocolate flakes. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Now, I like the one that's out for fall, which is the caramel apple crunch. That's, to me, it's like pretty much eating an apple dumpling with ice cream.
You got it.
So-
Same concept for sure. It's that great apple ice cream with some great crunch to it, right? And it's beautiful. It's
Highlight some of the most popular flavors that are at Bruster's.
You know, it really varies by store because the demographics sort of drive that. But generally speaking, I can say, you know, our turtle flavors, our Graham Central Station flavors do extremely well. But believe it or not, vanilla and chocolate still are number 1 and 2, right? We sell a lot of vanilla and chocolate. You know, there's some Oreo flavors that do extremely well, peanut butter flavors. But the uniqueness of Bruster's, because we make it fresh, we can cater to our community. Because not every community is the same, right? In Florida, key lime pie is a big hit, right? Because it just fits it. You know, Beaver County, not so much. Still a great flavor, but that's the uniqueness of Bruster's. We can sort of accommodate our customer base.
And you guys are open all year long, right?
We are.
Okay.
We are open all year long. Very few stores seasonally close. Years ago, they used to.
Right.
But things have gotten so big with the business, which is great. We're in our 12th year of what they call same-store sales growth, which means the same-store sales year over year are growing. 12 consecutive years. So
That's awesome.
We really don't have an off season like we used to. So our stores are now staying open year-round, which is fantastic.
Well, a lot of times, like even here in Beaver County, when it comes to fall, comes to winter, you know, Bruster's is the only game in town, to be honest with you. You guys are the only ones that do stay open.
Absolutely. And now, Frank, think about that drive-through, Right. So when it's 12 degrees out and snowing in January,
Thanks.
yeah,
I appreciate it, Jim.
yeah, you'll stay in your car with the heater on, right?
You see the crazy guy driving through, you know it's me.
When I first started, I came from a company called TCBY,
Okay.
a yogurt concept. And been with them for many, many years. Started as a store manager, actually became president eventually. Then we sold that company, but it was an indoor seating, right, concept.
Right.
When I interviewed with Bruce, it literally was in December. It was cold, and I'm watching these customers standing out front of Bridgewater, and it's like, flurrying out and cold and gray. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this ice cream must be really special to stand out in this weather. So, but they do it coast to coast for sure.
Now, did you grow up here locally?
I did.
Okay.
I grew up in Penn Hills. My father was transferred a lot, so we moved around the country a lot. But this is my hometown. Pittsburgh is home. And huge Steeler fan, love the city of Pittsburgh. I love the people of Pittsburgh the most. They're just really good, down-to-earth, hardworking individuals, and it's the Steel City, right? It's what we're all about. So
when Bruce first came to you and said, this is what I want to do, this is my concept, what were your thoughts?
I really didn't understand it, to be honest with you, but
Okay.
it was brilliant, and I'll tell you why. And I didn't understand it from the standpoint of standing outside in rain or snow or cold to get ice cream. But Bruce didn't design it for those cold winter months. He designed it for the summer months when we do the bulk of our business. So the concept is you walk up to 4 or 6 or 8 windows or a drive-through as an example. And so when all those people come at one time, and they generally do, like you saw the other night, we can disperse them to other windows to keep the lines moving more quickly versus walking into a store with a singular line. So it was brilliant on his part, and now the consumers love it because it's a place to hang out in the summertime with your friends or family and neighbors, and yeah, it's just really cool.
I do have to say I was rather shocked with how quickly the lines were moving the other night. So it really did shock me.
Yeah, and that was opening night, which is, with some new people.
Right.
So yeah, the crew did a really, really good job, and it'll get better as time goes. But yeah, it's amazing how fast we can serve people.
And I noticed that the new location here, and where it's located at is if you're familiar, from Beaver County, so you have to explain directions. So it's where the Brewster's batting cages used to be. So right across from the Standard restaurant. So you also, I noticed, very well expanded was the outdoor sitting area to be able to eat your ice cream and just kind of hang out.
Yeah, absolutely. All by design. We've learned over the years through research and from other store experiences that customers love to come and hang out. It's 15 minutes of family time, right?
Right.
In this crazy world in which we live, it's 15 minutes to sit there. And yesterday, or actually opening day, I was there and I saw our grandfather with his grandson just sitting there at a table eating ice cream. That's what it's all about. It's those life moments, and the patio sort of helps with that for sure.
That's awesome. And I really like the design and everything. It just the original location, you knew from seeing that anywhere you went that was a Brewster's, but this one even ups the game even more the way that the design is now.
It's state of the art. And sort of the waffle cone,
Right.
Part of it, it's really cool. It speaks ice cream. It speaks Brewster's ice cream for sure. And we really love it. So
I think everybody was curious as you guys were building it to see what it was going to look like. We saw the renderings on the sign there, but as it was moving along in the progression of the construction, everybody was like, oh, this is really cool. And then to see the finished product's awesome.
Yeah, no, it truly is. And we're just so thankful for the folks of Beaver County. They've been 36 years. They've been coming to our store, and we're very blessed and thankful for that for sure.
Now, will this be the new model that we'll see as new Brewsters open out throughout the country and around the area?
It'll be the preferred model. We're still going to give our operators a choice until we get a little more history with this. But I think eventually it may be the model. But certainly aspects of it, the digital menu boards will always be in every store going forward. Drive-through is still optional based on the location type. But yeah, it'll be very similar. We did convert 2 of our existing stores that look like the old Bridgewater with this design, and then during the test proved to be very successful. But we wanted to do it from the ground up here in Bridgewater, and because we want to be the shining example for the chain.
I did see a press release came out this morning. Our news guy Noah Haswell's been talking about it. There's going to be another location opening here in the area somewhere.
Yeah, Shady Side.
Okay.
With one of our great great franchisees. His name is Chad McCreef. Just an incredible man. He opened his first store, did extremely well. And so he's opening another store now in Shadyside. It's kind of an indoor open air concept. Okay. Very unique. We don't have another one like it in the chain. Very unique. But he's a shining example of what a great franchisee is all about.
So when you're looking for somebody to partner up with to be a franchisee, what kind of goes into being able to fit into the Brewster's mold?
It's my favorite question I'm asked, and I'll tell you why, because my answer people never expect. I always say, if you want to be a Brewster's franchisee, you have to bring 4 things to the table. You don't need to be I don't care if you went to college, I don't care if you're a doctor or accountant, it doesn't matter. But we need you to bring 4 things that we can't teach. Number 1, you need to bring what we call the service gene. You got to love to serve others, right?
Right.
And we've all been served by people who I don't think they like their job very much, right? You got to bring the service gene. Number 2, you gotta bring what we call the fun gene. We serve happiness. We're selling ice cream to little kids and families, and so you got to create an environment that's fun and entertaining, if you will. We can't teach that to you either. Number 3, you got to love, and when I say love, I mean love working with 16-year-olds, because that's going to be primarily your crew, and you have to really want to help them and mentor them and teach them life lessons. You have to bring that. We can give you ideas on how to do it, but it has to come from your heart, right? And then 4th and finally, you gotta love the community. And you gotta be willing to give back to the community that's taking care of you. And those 4 things we can't teach. Everything else we can tell you to open a store and close a store and make the products and how to clean a store and make the ice cream. But those are 4 things that we look for in an individual. In fact, one of the things our internal team does. In fact, we have people tonight. From Pittsburgh who are interested in buying a franchise. And so the team will meet them tomorrow. I take them to dinner tonight. And one of the questions in our minds, we don't ever ask these, but in our minds we say, would we want our kids working for these people? And it's one of the criteria we simply use to make sure that they're the right people for the brand.
That's awesome. Visiting this morning with Jim Sahene. He is the CEO of Bruster's. Talking about the new Bruster's location and Bruster's ice cream in general. We're going to take a very short break here on the Best of Beaver County, and then we'll be back with more right after these messages.
Welcome to the Best of Beaver County, presented by St. Barnabas, a weekly segment dedicated to putting...
We're retired, and we live at St. Barnabas in the Village.
We used to have a house.
Lived in it for 40 years.
Raised our kids.
But it became too much. The upkeep, the stairs.
Moving seemed like such a hassle. We didn't even know where to start, so we didn't.
Until we met Cindy at St. Barnabas.
She talked us through our options.
Yeah, and she helped us with our move and all the arrangements.
There was so much stuff. Who knew we had 3 fondue pots?
But she made it easy.
So easy.
Now we enjoy ourselves.
Golf, the pool, new friends, shuttles to where we want to go.
The pub and the food.
So good.
There wasn't a long-term commitment or any large fees.
And they have a healthcare system on campus with doctors if we need it. The kids really like that.
The kids like to come and eat with us.
There's an easier, worry-free way to retire at the Village at St. Barnabas. Come visit us for a free and informative counseling session and personal tour.
I can't believe you waited so long.
I can't believe you waited so long.
Visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com or call 724-443-0700.
All right, we're back here on the Best of Beaver County. Frank Sparks, and we're visiting this morning with Jim Sahene. He is the CEO of Bruster's Ice Cream. And we're talking about ice cream. We're talking about going and getting the old-fashioned ice cream cone, Jim. But there's other products that you guys have as well, ice cream related at Bruster's. Tell us about those.
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, shakes are a big seller for the brand. We have lots of very unique sundaes as well to offer. Cakes, pies are important to the brand for sure. For kids to celebrate their birthdays, we saw a lot of birthday cakes to a lot of people. Pints and quarts to go are also a big part of our of the business. So it is not just the ice cream cones. But the waffle cone always has been and always will be our signature product. But we do offer a lot of other options for the consumer for sure.
So if you want to get like cake cones, you have those. Get it in the cup. Anything like that?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. And again, we always promote the waffle cone because it's freshly baked right there in the store. Hence the waffle cone on the building, right?
Right,
That
right.
look, that whole design, is to help promote that because it's a superior product for sure.
I think it's cool when you're sitting there and you can actually watch some, when you're in line and you can actually watch somebody's back there making the waffle cones. That's pretty cool just to watch. It's as simple as it is. It's just cool to watch it.
It is cool.
Yeah.
And the consumers can't see it, but it's also cool to watch the ice cream being made fresh. It's in fact, we had some folks at our store this morning who wanted to see that whole process, and it's very unique. It's a very unique process for sure.
So other things that Bruster's gets involved in, not just you had talked about being community based and being part of the community at all time. If you have an organization or something like that, are they able to contact Bruster's and do some fundraising through Bruster's?
Yeah, absolutely, Frank. We do a lot of that across the country. So we do a couple of things. Number one, we do a lot of what we call outside sales, meaning our franchisees will contact companies, organizations, large employers. We'll do Employee Appreciation Day where we bring the ice cream to the company to service. We do a lot of fundraising right at our stores across the country. We've had teacher scooper nights where teachers actually from the schools would come in and get behind the counter, and all their students would come in at nighttime and they'd be back there working, serving the kids.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's really, really cool. And again, we're very, very proud of that. We have something called PJ Day. You may remember that or heard of that.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, where you wear your PJs to our store. And just recently we hooked up with an organization and we collect PJs for young kids who never had PJs or don't have PJs. So we do a lot of things like that across the country. And it's, again, very rewarding, and we're very proud of that.
I patronize PJ Day every year. I don't go in my PJ, so I don't think people would want to see that too much. So, but tell us, what are the hours of this new location? Is it the same as the old?
Yeah, same as the old, and it runs seasonally. Currently, I think it's 12 to 9, I believe, currently. 11 to 9, 11 to 9 currently. So, which is good. We stay open longer in the summertime during our season. Of course, we stay open longer, but yeah, it's good.
That's awesome. All right. Well, let me ask you this. So, I want to know: tell me a hidden gem of Bruster's that we don't know about.
A hidden gem of Bruster's that we don't know about. Well, you know what? I am going to brag on a moment on the founder of Bruster's because he doesn't get enough credit sometimes. He started this whole thing, but when I came in, he decided to walk out, which is very unique, and I appreciate that as a CEO because most founders can't let go. Mm-hmm. He let go, and he says, "You have more experience running a company than I do, so you run it." But anyways, Bruce is a very unique and generous individual. He doesn't want any credit for it, but I have seen him over the years, Frank, just help so many people in need, and it's heartwarming. It's heartwarming to see what he has done for others in the past.
That's awesome. And he's brought us a couple good businesses here in Beaver County over the years, for many, many years. So what are some of you got any, can you give us any secrets of maybe some new flavors that might be coming out that we don't know about or anything?
I can't give any secrets, Greg. Yeah, my team would kill me, but trust me, we'll have some new flavors. We do every year. We introduce 3 to 5, 6 new flavors every year. I will tell you something unique that we have at Bruster's also that I'm going to just to touch on for a moment. We have a franchise advisory board, and I learned something a very long time ago. If you're going to run a franchise company, you can't do it in isolation. And so what we do is we create a franchise advisory board that comes in and we share our plans with them, and they critique the plans, and we have a great relationship. So when we eventually roll out our programs to the entire system, it has a stamp of approval from about 13 franchisees, and that goes a long way in this industry, right, to build trust with your franchise community. So I won't say it's unique for Bruster's, but it's an important part of our brand for sure.
All right, so I'm going to ask you about because I've had it, and I've got a quart of it sitting here that's making me very much going to be ruining my diet today, and that's okay. But tell me what goes into a flavor like the caramel apple crunch.
Well, it's incredible. It's apple ice cream with caramel, obviously, and some cinnamon crunch pieces. And dig in, Frank. We brought that for you.
I call it trouble.
Yeah. So, now there's no calories. No calories.
No calories at all in it, right?
Yeah, no calories.
So, All right, so I do want to offer my services. If you guys ever need taste testers, just give me a call. I'll be more than happy to come down and taste test for you.
All right, my friend, we will do that for sure. Appreciate that.
All right, so tell us a little bit, finish up and tell us, give like a synopsis of Bruster's, where people can get more information. I know you guys have ordering online as well, and just talk a little bit about Bruster's in the last couple minutes we have.
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, we have our Bruster's website. Each store has their own site, their own Facebook page. So there's lots of information across the country for each and every store, which makes it very, very simple. If you're interested in franchising, of course, you can contact our corporate office. We have signs at every window on how to do that. And it's just, you know what, Greg, it's just a fun business to be in. And what I've seen Bruster's do over the years, the lives we've impacted, meaning our franchisees' lives, most of our franchisees work for corporations. And they decided one day, I want to make the jump. I want to work for myself. And now to see the success we're having, to see their success that they're having, it is so rewarding. And I'm so proud to be a part of that for sure.
Do you ever have like somebody that started out working in Bruster's end up being a franchisee?
Yeah, we have a couple actually across the country, which is really, really nice. Several of our franchisees have actually sold their stores to their store managers over the years. We've had ex-employees open stores, which is great to see. A lot of these young adults start with us like when they're 16, then they go off to college and they keep working for us. Then they graduate college and they're looking for a career, and sometimes they come back and want to be part of it because that's what they grew up with that, and they love the experience. And once you're behind that counter, and you're serving that happiness to the customers, and you're seeing their reaction, and you're seeing the kids' reaction, seeing the family's reaction, it's a very, very rewarding business for sure.
So you talked about, my final question for you today is, you talked about, when you first came on board, when Bruce had approached you about it and being the CEO. So you've been the only CEO of the company so far. What keeps you ticking and what keeps you doing it?
I would say there are a few things, Frank. Number one, the employees I have working with me are just incredible individuals. Most of them are from the Pittsburgh area, and just solid, good, down-to-earth people. Secondly, our franchisees. I've always loved working with franchisees. And thirdly, now the success of the brand. It's fun to win.
Right.
It's fun to win, and we've been winning for a lot of years now, and we're very, very pleased with that. And then lastly, I would say, the impact we have on our customers and these young adults, it's great to see for sure, and very, very rewarding.
Well, Jim, we appreciate you coming in today. It's been awesome talking about Bruster's and talking about ice cream, and it's not too bad to get some free ice cream while you're at it, too. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
No, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.
All right, coming up next, Noah Haswell will have news for you, and then it's going to be dead air for a half hour. That's all I'm going to say, because I'm just going to sit here and eat ice cream. You guys can do whatever. I don't know. We'll talk about it. Coming up next here on Beaver County Radio.
Oh my goodness, Amy, it's so good to see you.
Jennifer, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Is your mom doing any better?
Thank you for asking. I don't know if I can answer without being emotional. I'm sorry. I'm just tired and worried. I can't always be there for her, and it's so stressful.
I really understand. That's how I was with my dad. I'd recommend calling St. Barnabas. We did. We started with just having them come in for home care. He was so excited to see them show up. And when he needed more, we were able to move him in at Beaver Meadows, where he still has his own home-like space and excellent care.
Thanks for telling me that. I don't even know how to start, but I have to do something.
Oh, you can just give St. Barnabas a call. They have directors that can explain how it all works. Trust me, you'll feel so much better, and so will your mom.
I'm so glad I ran into you.
Visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com or call 724-443-0700 for care apart from the ordinary.
In a recent live broadcast, Dale Reckless from MRS Physical Therapy stated that if you are over 65 years old, the CDC recommends getting an annual fall risk screening.
Your vestibular system is similar, where it starts to slow down at the age of 40 to 50 years old. Your balance systems start to change at the age of 40 to 50